Well, I've reviewed one book-based film that just didn't do so well. Now here's another one that's been a decade since it came out. And that would be The Mortal Instrument, Sea of Bones. But did it really deserve the hate after it's been a decade since it came out? Or can I give this one some good old-fashioned Big D justice? Find out in this review right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2013 urban fantasy flick, The Moral Instrument, Sea of Bones, released by Screen Gems along with Constantine Film and unique features. Whereas in Canada, it was released by Entertainment One and Constantine Film released it in Germany. The film was based on the Moral Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, based on the first book. Directed by Harold Zwart, with a script written by Jessica Postigo. Starring Lily Collins as Clay Frey, a teenager from New York City who meets a group of Nephilim known as the Shadow Hunters, while also discovering her own heritage and her family history. It also includes Jamie Campbell Bower, Robert Sheehan, Kevin Zegers, Lena Headey, Kevin Durand, Aidan Turner, Jemima West, Godfrey Gow, C.C.H. Pounder, Jared Harris, and Jonathan Rhys Meyers. It was so like Beautiful Creatures. I'm just a little late for its anniversary. The film was released at the Cinerama Dome on August 12th, 2013 in LA before being released the following week by on well slightly over a week later in on August 21st. Unfortunately, like the latter, this film bombed at the box office, and unfortunately, against its budget, and was heavily dissed and what have you. So I'll just give you like Beautiful Creatures. I'm gonna go ahead and just give you a little bit of the story. There will be no ending spoilers, okay? So I'm just going to give you half of the story. New York teenager Clary Frey begins seeing drawing a strange symbol, worrying her mother Jocelyn and family friend Luke Garraway. At a crowded nightclub with friend Simon Lewis, only Clary witnesses Jace Whalen and his accomplices killing a man. The next day, two men, Emil Pangborn and Samuel Blackwell, arrive at the Frey apartment searching for a cup. Jocelyn calls Clary, telling her to stay away and warn Luke about someone named Valentine. She then drinks a potion, putting her in a deep sleep. Returning home, Clary finds her mother missing and is attacked by a dog-like creature. Jace, a shadow hunter, appears and kills it, explaining that it, like the man killed at the nightclub, was a demon. The Frey's neighbor, Madame Dorothy, is a witch and helps Jace deduce that Pangborn and Blackwell seek the Moral Cup, a lost artifact. Jace and Clary, along with Simon, go to Luke's antique store. Pangborn and Blackwell are interrogating Luke, who, to protect Clary and Jocelyn, claims he cares nothing about the Freys and only wants the cup. The trio escapes to the Shadowhunter Institute, a hidden cathedral-like building, where Jace treats Clary, who was stung by the demon. She and Simon meet two other Shadowhunters, siblings Alec and Isabel Lightwood, and Shadowhunter leader Hodge. Invisible to mortals, Shadowhunters are half human, half angel demon slayers. Clary has inherited her Shadowhunter mother's powers, including drawing temporary magical runes on the skin. The cup is one of three moral instruments given to the first Shadowhunter by the angel Raziel. Shadowhunters are either descended from other Shadowhunters or made by drinking from the cup. Valentine Morgenstern, an ex-Shadowhunter who betrayed the Order, seeks the cup to control both Shadowhunters and demons. Jace takes Clary to the Sea of Bones, a sanctuary beneath a cemetery. While attempting to unlock Clary's blocked memories, the Silent Brothers uncover a connection to Magnus Bane, the High Warlock of Brooklyn, At Bane's nightclub, he tells Clary that Jocelyn had him block knowledge of the Shadowhunter world from Clary's mind. When vampires kidnapped Simon, Jace, Alec, Isabel, and Clary trail them to their hideout. They find Simon, but vampires outnumbered them, and werewolves intervene and save them. That's all the story I'm going to give to you, so no more. If you want to know how the rest of this film goes, then see the movie. But I'll get to my recommendation for it in a little bit. Now, what did I think of the film? Well, I have gone to see this before, and I have revisited once or twice. I'm gonna say it's fine. I mean, well, I've never read the book series, but well, I am gonna say it was fine and all. But when this film was released, the film, well, kind of didn't do so well. So, in other words, the film bombed, failing to bring in 90 million. It it made 31 million here in North America and 59 million overseas. It failed to come out top, losing to Lee Daniels, The Butler, and We're the Millers. And according to the Wrap, the film failed to connect on the same course as more recent misfires of book-based films like Beautiful Creatures and The Host, which I haven't seen that film, which, like Beautiful Creatures, was also released earlier that year. And Forbes also made comparisons with the latter two and called the 5-day weekend gross a full-blown disaster as well as the biggest bomb of the weekend. Well, Martin Moskowitz, who was the executive producer of the show, blamed the weak opening in the U.S. on a strongly competitive environment, including competition from films like You're Next and The World's End, as well as strong holdovers, like I mentioned earlier. He was confident, saying it was still too early to call, with the film still rolling out release in more territories worldwide. Despite its failure, it did win 4 Canadian Screen Awards and got nominated for the Teen Choice Awards, but unfortunately lost to Divergent, which got released the following, which was released early the following year. Look for a review of that coming up next year. Yes, you heard me correctly. I will be reviewing the Divergent series next year. When it was released, Rotten Tomatoes really put the hammer down on this, giving this a mere 13% on the tomato meter, saying that the film borrows ingredients from seemingly every fantasy franchise of the last 30 years but can't seem to figure out what to do with them. The Telegraph wasn't, well, too thrilled. As Robbie Collins said, this gothic teen fantasy is one of the most disastrous page to screen adaptations in memory, and add that the plot is an incomprehensible tangle of dead ends and recaps, and afterwards you realize only two things have stuck. Excuse me, everyone. The story's countless unsubtle borrowings from very recent pop culture, and a brave aside in which we learn one of the earliest demon hunters was Johann Sebastian Bach. The Hollywood Reporter was even thrilled either, saying that the film certainly not the first and very unlikely the last studio attempt at launching a Twilight / Hunger Games franchise of their very own. The film is a bona fide saga, alright, just not in a good way. And despite the overstuffed assortment of vampires, werewolves, warlocks, demons of all shapes and sizes, the film seldom feels like anything more than a shameless, soulless knockoff. Well, I can't really complain about that, but that's understandable and what have you. But anyway, now only one positive review I can find was from MTV News, saying that the film more than lives up to its hype of the new Twilight. The special effects are impressive, the battle scenes enthralling, and there is solid acting from all members of the cast. The film's main strength is that it perfectly hits the right balance between drama and comedy. That's the one thing I do appreciate about the special effects, battle sequences, and its cast members, which includes Lily Collins playing Clary, who had recently appeared in films like The Blind Side, Priest, Abduction, as well as one of the two Snow White films that came out in 2012. Of course, the one was Mirror Mirror, which had Julia Roberts. And of course, the other one was Snow White and the Huntsman, but that's another story. And I know I haven't reviewed that film. I failed to give it to you last year for its anniversary. Playing Jace is Jamie Campbell Bower, who had previously had an appearance in Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street with Johnny Depp, and he also appeared in the Twilight Saga and as the young Grindelwald in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, as well as Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald as well. And more recently, he was Henry Creel / Vecna in the fourth season of Netflix's hit Stranger Things. Robert Sheehan played Simon. Kevin Zegers, who I mostly know him from Air Bud, played Alec. Lena Headey played Jocelyn. Kevin Durand played Pangborn. Aidan Turner played Luke. Jemima West played Isabel. Godfrey Gal played Magnus Bane. C.C.H. Pounder played Dorothy. Jerry Harris played Hodge, and Jonathan Rhys Meyers played Valentine. Yeah, I said Valentine first, but it's Valentine, I believe. Anyway, now there was to be, they did announce the second book, Sea of Ashes, to become a film, but despite the film's failure, it was postponed indefinitely and was canceled ultimately after the film due to the film's poor performance. However, despite the failure, 4 years later, not 4 years later, scratch that. 3 years later, they would try again, but this time on television with the series known as Shadowhunters, which aired on Freeform, formerly ABC Family, where it did well, running for 3 seasons. I've only seen bits and pieces of that show. Anyway, the Mortal Instruments, Sea of Bones, well, it does have a good cast and what have you, good special effects and action sequences, but it's just the story could have been a little better, could have used some spin polish and what have you. No, that jazz. The score was fine from Atli Ovarsson. If I mispronounced that name, I apologize. But that's about all I can tell you about this film. And so the Moral Instrument, Sea of Bones, I wish it could have done better. And I wish we could have gotten a sequel, but we didn't. But anyway, with everything said, would I recommend the film? Well, I'd say give it a one-time watch, or if you're not interested, then just avoid it. It's a draw. So my verdict for the Moral Instrument, Sea of Bones, it's gonna be either give it a one-time watch or avoid it. So what did you think of the Moral Instrument, Sea of Bones? Let me know in the comment section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of another book-based film that's only got a mere one film. I know probably didn't do too well here. Now, and it's one film I have only seen once, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. So I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, consider checking out my reviews for these other films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the first installment of the Twilight franchise, Twilight, from 2008. The upper right-hand corner is my review of its sequel, New Moon, from 2009. Or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my recent review of Beautiful Creatures. And the bottom right-hand corner is a button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya.